For my 18th birthday, I really wanted to do something special. Life had been hard, especially with the passing of my dad the year before. So I asked my mom if I could have a hotel slumber party. She agreed, and I invited a few friends. By the time the birthday weekend came around, we were all happy and excited. That night, after arriving at the hotel, my two friends, my sister and my mom, were sitting and enjoying the suite. This is when we noticed that the living room had an entrance on one side and a secret exit on the other side. We made sure to lock it with a chair propped against the door, as there was no security latch. Around midnight, no one had gone to bed, so we continued to talk. All of a sudden, my mom told us to be quiet. She pointed to the secret door, and to our horror, the doorknob was slightly rotating, as though someone was trying to get in. After a few knocks and a few more attempts of opening the door, it became quiet. My mom looked out the peephole, but saw nothing. We prayed right there in the living room for the Lord to keep us safe, and we experienced no events like that for the rest of the trip. A few years ago, my husband left on a trip and was going to be gone for a few days, so it was just myself and our cat in our home. Earlier in the day, my sister had come over to hang out and watch movies with me. We had fun, laughing at various movies. She left around 8 or 9 p.m., so it was just me and the cat. Normally when my husband has gone away for a few days, I shut the bedroom door, as I am kind of scared of being alone at night. However, this night, I did not shut the door. I went to bed around 11 p.m. Our cat decided to lay with me, and it made me feel a lot more at ease. I was soon able to fall asleep. However, around 1 a.m., I woke up to the loud noise that comes from the smoke alarm. My cat jumped and scratched me, and I got out of bed. I do not know what happened, so for some reason, I decided to go to the living room. As I walked out and looked around, I noticed my cat was looking around too. Not even 2 seconds later of getting out of the bedroom, it went off again. The worst part, it was right above me, so my ears started ringing. My cat jumped high, but didn't seem too startled by it this time. So that is when I started praying that it wouldn't happen again. I waited a bit, and sure enough, it didn't happen anymore. I decided to call my husband after a bit, since it was still early where he was. I told him what happened and that everything was okay. We talked for a bit before I went back to bed. The next day, I asked if my sister wanted to spend the night because that really scared me. Ever since then, it hasn't done anything, so I thought maybe it just died. But 6 months after it happened, the maintenance people came by to do a routine check, and they stated that our smoke alarm was working fine. I don't know what happened, but I am just thankful it hasn't happened anymore. This happened when I was a senior in high school years ago. A popular horror movie had come out, so I was a little on edge. My mother had gone out with some of her friends, and I was at home with my dog while reading a book. I thought that I heard a car or something pull up in the yard. Outside, it was dark and I couldn't see too much, except for some streetlights. We lived on a second-story apartment, where you'd have to walk up these wooden stairs to get to our apartment. It sounded like someone shut a car door, and I heard footsteps walking up the stairs. My dog started barking. I heard the back porch door open, and my dog barked even more ferociously. I heard knocking at the door, and the doorknob was jiggling. I started praying out to the Lord to make whatever it was go away, and for my mother to get back home soon. Then I heard scratching at the door, like somebody or something scratched the whole length of the door. When I looked out the peephole, I didn't see anything. Then I saw headlights pull up. It was my mother returning home. The porch light had been on the entire time. My mother unlocked the door. I said, "Praise the Lord, you're home." I told her about the dog barking, sounds of someone walking up the stairs, the doorknob jiggling, someone knocking and scratching at the door. My mother said, "Oh, you must have heard something, like squirrels, or the neighbor down the street." But when we looked at the door, there were long, claw-like scratch marks on the door. We promptly locked the porch and front door. My mom and I were so thankful that God had protected me from whatever was outside the door.